right, welcome everybody. My name is Mitch McClune. This is my client, Sophia Lockerbie, and today we're going to be performing an overhead squat functional movement assessment. Okay, so Sophie is going to start out with her feet shoulder width apart, lock her hands out overhead, make sure her biceps are by her ears, and her thumbs, hands, and everything are in a straight line down with her toes. So now I'm going to have Sophie perform about 5 squats, squatting to about the depth of a box. Okay, so I'm going to take a look, and when performing this assessment, I'm going to look at the anterior, posterior, and side views and dissect specific movement flaws on each one. So Sophie, if you could go ahead and squat again, about 3 to 5. Excellent. So from the front view, what I want to be looking at specifically is I'm looking at my client's ankles and knees to see how the knees are tracking and if there are any immobilities in the ankle that are causing the heels to rise up off the ground, or if there's any valgus in the knees sliding in and out, which could lead to some instability in the hip adductors. So it was a good job by Sophie, so I'm going to have her perform 3 more while I look from the side. And from this angle, I'm going to be looking specifically at her shoulder and upper back, as well as her hip joint, to see if there's any compensation that she's performing here. Okay, excellent. Sophie maintains a pretty tight core there. There is some rounding of the lower back, which could demonstrate some tightness in the shoulders. She did move forward slightly, which demonstrates possibly some tightness in the hip area. So finally, I'm going to have her perform about 3 more while I look at the posterior view. From this view, I'm going to be looking again at the knees and ankles, and also at the hip joint to see if there's any sliding from side to side, compensating for muscle weaknesses. And good. So Sophie's heels stayed pretty firm on the ground there, maintaining good ankle flexibility. No compensation as far as moving side to side. And her knees were tracking pretty well, and there's no valgus there, so that demonstrates that she has good hip adductor strength. So I'll take these notes from Sophie's assessment, put them all together, consolidate them into a list as far as weaknesses, and then we can go ahead and start putting an exercise plan together which specifically highlights areas that we identified as problem areas during this assessment, and we can move forward with her functional training. That's all we got today, folks. Thanks for tuning in.